Hello once again, people of the internet. My name is JBT91, and this is part 2 of the tour of my Minecraft train station. Let's begin. We are starting with the lower level of the station, which has the 2 stairwells to go from upper and lower floors, a large amount of halogen lights to provide a nicely well-lit environment and to prevent the nefarious creepers from spawning, and windows to provide a more scenic view so that you can be, well, at least pleasantly distracted from all the stonework here. Coming off the entrance, we have the 2 entrances to the tunnel system that allow people to go from the front of the station to the back of the station, allowing them to get on opposite sides of the train without having to cross the train tracks and potentially risking hit by a train. In addition to that, we have more staircases to provide quick access from upper and lower levels, just in case of unexpected schedule changes, means that your train is coming from a different section. Along with these tunnel entrances and the stair sections, we also have, to possibly some people's dismay, more seating sections, as I feel that the majority of the time you're going to spend at a train station is waiting for your train, and I decided to provide a nice, or at least a relatively nice area for you to sit and wait for the train to arrive. As you notice, there is a small block distance between the chairs and the train tracks. I've decided to include this so this way you can comfortably sit without having to risk getting hit by trains. And for those who are a little bit more daring and want to be next to the train tracks when the trains come, the only thing I can ask of you is don't. I do not have the money to pay for the lawsuits that would come out of the fact that you decided to be an idiot, stand near the train tracks, and get hit by a train. So my final words on that subject: do not stand in front of the train tracks. It is a bad idea. No matter how much your friends goad you into it, it is always a bad idea. Working on to that, we have, let's explore some of the tunnel sections here. To make a more pleasant journey from the front of the station to the back, I've decided to include parts of the floor sections in red, white, and blue wool. So this way it sounds a lot softer and you don't kill your feet after walking from stone floors to stone floors constantly. Along with it is a bunch of halogen lights to once again provide a well-lit area. And coming up to the middle section here, we have the stone sections directly coming off the tunnel sections, so this way you can once again rapidly ascend between the upper and lower levels. There's also more seating areas in case the front of the train station has all of its seats occupied. Moving on to the back of the train station, we have smaller sections for seating for single use, or double use if you count the front and back. In case you decide sitting next to a bunch of people is not your thing, you can have a little bit more room to sit around and relax. Once again, there's also more stair sections and larger seating sections again. So with the front, or at least the lower level of this train station viewed, we can now ascend to the upper level of the train station, which is slightly different. Once again, we have even more seating sections. Once again, just in case this place gets mobbed, or you feel that you don't want to sit next to a bunch of people on the lower floor, you can have this. Unlike the previous editions, this does not have a tunnel system going from front to back, as I feel that if you're coming up to this section, you can simply just use the stairs. Now, being a little bit risky, we come over the train tracks to the store, at least what I can make of a store. On this section, we have, well, what would have been the shelf for the food, which would have included apples, golden apples, cake, which is not a lie, and possibly pork, for those of you who want more meat. On this side, we would have the section for tools and drinks, in case you need to pick up an axe, a pickaxe, a hoe, or a shovel, and grab a quick cup of coffee while you wait for your train. The exchange system is the same as the ticket booth, only instead of a ticket you get a item. Moving on, we have the back of the train section, which is almost exactly the same as the front. So it's not really that original. And if you're wondering, oops, give me a second to get rid of this. If you're wondering why I have garage doors or something, wow. If I have garage doors at the entrances, I have found that since I can't extend the tunnel section that encompasses the initial part of this train line all the way around the train line, I figured putting these doors allow trains to pass through since they're high enough and since they don't take up a lot of space, while providing a stable and constant protection against the creepers who might spawn from the outside and decide to come in and blow this building to smithereens, which is something I do not want under any circumstances. And just give me a second to go to the outside to show that this section isn't terribly completed. So that is my building in a nutshell, but as promised in my wooden, or at least in the original train station video, I would show, or perhaps part 1 of this video, I would show the, let's just say, the more time-consuming creation that I was been building over the past several months. And once I get close enough, you can get a very small peek of it. So as you can see, this building is of a far larger scale than even my train station, which is fairly large. But I won't be covering it for a little while, as I feel I need a little bit of a break between these two commentaries. So this is the end of my train station tour. Any comments, feedbacks, helpful suggestions are appreciated. So if you have any advice or you just wish to, say, wow, this is cool, you can leave a comment in the section below. Flames, once again, will not be tolerated, so try not to flame or else I will have to start deleting comments. So, until I decide to cover this building in all of its glory, this is JBT91, signing out.